Okay, hey everybody, welcome. I'm down here in the corner. My name is Claire, and I will be a professor for VITI 300 this summer. I'm super excited that you guys have signed up, and thank you for being willing to spend your summer taking these courses. So VITI 300 is going to be a very fun class. This will actually be my first year teaching this class, so the exciting part about that is that the curriculum or the content is being written as we go. So if there's something that you've been dying to learn that you're really excited about, don't be afraid to reach out to me, and I'll see if we can find a week that we can fit that into, and we can dive into that for you. So that's kind of an exciting part, right? Yeah, so this video is a welcome and just a way to show you how to sign in. So what I have here is I'm in this little corner box here, and then what we see on this upper portion up here, this is my desktop. So this is just my personal laptop. I'm going to show you step by step how to log into the class, right? So you're just going to go ahead and pull up whatever search engine you prefer. I use Google. That's just everything I use is a Google. And I'm just going to pull it up here. The most important thing that would be helpful for you guys to bookmark is what's called Los Rios single sign-on, right? So Los Rios single sign-on will be what you Google, and then you'll open this website right here. So very important. Los Rios is just the major community college district. Folsom Lake College is one of the sister colleges in that district. So it doesn't matter if you're taking classes from Folsom, Sac City, ARC, CRC, Consumnes, you can access all of those courses on this one platform, which is super exciting, right? So once you have it opened, I'd highly recommend you bookmark it. It's very easy to get to. Another way that you can access the website is just by going to the Folsom Lake College website. And if you end up using the computers on campus, they'll already be there. So you just go to the website, you can go to student login, and then it'll take you to Canvas, e-services, your email, and much more, right? So very, really cool things there. So that's accessible to you, right? So whatever you want to bookmark, whether it's this page or the Los Rios single sign-on, you can still get to the same place, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and use my bookmark to get in. So this is the page that it looks like. And it'll mostly look like this for you guys. I have a couple extra parameters because there's some security checks for teachers. But to log in, you're going to use your student ID. So your student ID from when you registered, you'll have to use W plus your ID when you log in. So for me, that's this. That's W plus my student ID or my teacher ID, right? Then I'm going to click next. And then your password. So your password should be the same password that you used to sign in to the college when you first became a student or when you signed up for this class, right? So it's the same password from e-services, essentially, right? So, and if you're having issues with that, you can reset your password through your student email and all that fun stuff too. But hopefully that should be pretty straightforward and you have that information relatively handy, right? So this is the dashboard. This is where we see all of the apps for the different things that we utilize. Mine might look a little bit different than yours because I'm a teacher, so I have a little bit access to different things than you do, right? The big thing that you're going to want to know is this right here. So this little sunburst icon, this is Canvas. This will be the website that we use to access all of your courses. So anything that you're enrolled in will show up on this course, right? So here we have VITI 300. I just recently published this course on Canvas, so the tile should be up on your screen. If it's not on your screen, you can go to courses, and you might have to find it in your courses and then favorite it. But the system normally does a really good job of putting it up there for you. So VITI 300, that's us for summer 2025. So just go ahead and click on the tile of the class that you'd like to enter, right? And then we have a couple of things here. So what comes up first is our home page. This is where I have like a little welcome to the class, and then I put some important links to the class here for you guys for easy access. We'll go over those in just a second. And then I have this little bit of information about, how to contact me. You can actually send me a message right here through Canvas. If you go to your leftmost bar, there's something called the inbox right here. And it's just like a little internal email system. You can send me a message through there. I'm not on Canvas every day, so it might take me 1 or 2 days to respond to you. If it's something that is really important that you want me to see right away, I have my work email. It's attached to my phone. So you can send me an email here. I have a couple different aliases. They all work. They're all the same. So this is the one that might be easiest for you. It's just claire.kessler@flc.losrios.edu. And also just important, I don't have an I in my name. It's the Irish spelling. It's just what was given to me. So if that's easier for you, you're welcome to just use that email. Cool. Then I have a little bit of information about the course and then a little info about me. The important links that we have are just like the basics for the class, right? So we have a link to our syllabus, and it's a Google document because it's a live document, right? It's always evolving and changing, so we have that. It also did upload a hard copy for you if you'd like to print it out. We have our schedule posted here, so if you're just curious at what we're going to be learning and the dates and when things are going to be due, that's on the schedule. And then we also have an anonymous class survey. So this is, like I said, it's anonymous, and it's just a survey that's just checking in on, hey, how are you enjoying the class? What could be done better? Is there an area that you need help or assistance with? How do you feel you're doing? So it's just a check-in, and it's a way for me to constantly improve my class, but also get, feedback, whether it's positive or negative, from you guys about what can change. So things won't change unless we talk about it, right? So if there's something that is like really bothering you, or if you're having a really hard time with something, you're always welcome to talk to me, email me. But if you feel that you would like the privacy of the anonymous survey, you're welcome to do that as well. And it can be positive or negative. So whatever you'd like to do, that's an option for you, and that's a way that we keep our classes a positive learning environment, right? We keep growing and developing as we go. It's always changing. So first, I'll get you guys into our, sorry, just make sure my phone's on silent. How rude. Let's get into our syllabus first. Actually, I take that back. Let's take a moment just to look at what else we have on Canvas. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So on this homepage, if you scroll to the top, it'll have recent announcements, right? So this will just be like, welcome to VITI 300, right? So if something is happening, or I need to remind you guys about an assignment, or a due date changes, or something like that, or maybe like, maybe a pop star's in town and they're talking in our class for a surprise. I don't know. Something cool is happening, I post an announcement, right? So you'll just see the announcements here. You can click directly on it, and you can look at it, and then you can just use this bar to go back home, right? And then it'll only display the first 3 announcements, so if you want to see all the announcements, go to the announcement sections. The syllabus is copied and pasted here if you'd like to just see it. We'll go over this in a moment. Then we have files on the sidebar. And for files, you're not going to see all these files because you're a student. Here, let me put it in student mode for you guys, so view as a student. Voila, sorry, I probably should have done that in the beginning. So when you go to files, what you'll see on your end is, oh, that's funny you see that too. Okay, so you see lecture slides. That'll be the most important thing. So I make Google Slides of my presentations, and then I post the slides for you as a PDF if you want to print it out, write on it. But then I will also record the lecture live, just like in this format. I'll just go through the presentation. You'll get to see my face, see all my wonderful hand movements and like expressions, right? So I will post the slides there. I will also link inside the slide the YouTube video of my presentation if you'd like to see it live, right? And the beautiful thing about a recorded video is you can pause it, use the bathroom, take a nap, wash the dishes, rewind it, replay it, right? Whatever helps you to, accommodate your busy life and schedule. That's the beauty of a pre-recorded video, right? So so that's why I do that. I way prefer that over Zoom because we just see very little involvement in Zoom anyways. And then you can always email me questions or schedule a office hour. We can meet over Zoom, whatever you like. So that's my method there. So you go to lecture slides right here. And then this would be, I haven't uploaded anything yet, but this would be where the presentations are at, right? So now you know where that's at. Beautiful. And then I've also uploaded the syllabus here. Okay. Well, it's in many places, so you won't miss it. Okay, next we have our assignments and quizzes. So these kind of go hand in hand. Most of this summer will be just quizzes. We might do one assignment where it's like a short write-up about a winery or a vineyard or something, so we'll get into that later. Then we have grades for you to review your grades. You can look and see how you're doing and your progress. And then we have a lot of other resources for you guys as students, right? So Starfish, student resources in general, your Google Drive, and then the people of the class, all that fun stuff. So that is Canvas, essentially, right? It's just a website with all this information that we can do. The cool thing is when I post assignments, there's like a to-do section here on the right. So when you log in and when you start this course, you'll know that, hey, I need to do the syllabus quiz. It's worth 3 points, and it's due by June 13th by 11:59 p.m. So it's right before midnight, right? So you can, generally speaking, our assignments are due a week after the presentation. The syllabus quiz is different. It's due on Friday, the 13th, because I need to make sure that the students that have enrolled for this class are real. And that's kind of like my way to count attendance in the course. So you're going to make sure you want to do the syllabus quiz so I know that you are a real person, right? It's been a big problem in the district where all the colleges for online students for a long time now. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave student view. Let's go ahead and go through our syllabus. So I'll just show you guys these really quick. So for our syllabus, you can just click on this live link, or you can look at the other ones. We have a couple things going on here. So the class is a summer class, and it formally runs through June 9th through August 21st. So just the months of June and July. August 1st is like the end of the semester, right? We don't have anything going on August 1st. So June and July, it's online and non-synchronous. We were scheduled for Thursdays and Saturdays, but we're not meeting in person, so like assignments will be due those days, but I will, if you would like to get a head start, I will post the information on Monday. That's going to be my goal. It makes the most sense to me. So I will post information, but they'll be due on a Thursday, basically, essentially, right? So hopefully that makes sense. I am your instructor, Claire. I work and operate mostly out of the El Dorado Center, and I do have an office, so if you'd like to come by and check out all my nerdy stuff, like my Lord of the Rings poster back here, and sit in my beanbag and chat with me or ask any questions, you can schedule an office hour, and that's not a problem. That's what the space is for, right? And then here's another one of my emails. You can get to me. They're all aliases, so they all go to the same place. Don't worry. Okay, so student learning outcomes for this course. This is what we hope that you take home with you at the end of the summer, right? So we'll evaluate a site for grape production and select a grape varietal suitable for the site. We'll plan and plant a vineyard, not literally physically, but like we'll know how to, right? Using the principles and practices of wine grape production and produce grapes that will lead to successful wines. Analyze vineyard management problems and develop solutions for those problems. Evaluate and prepare harvest to produce wine. Identify basic processes for wine production. So, a little background on this course. This course was written maybe like 7 years ago. And when they created the student learning outcomes, it wasn't written by someone who works in the industry. It was written by someone in the chemistry department who's long retired. And they get a lot of credit for the start of this program, but there's a couple of things that are still kinks that are being worked out. So like summer is not the time to produce wine, that's in the fall. So we might learn these concepts, but there's not a lot of ways to like create them in person, especially as classes online as well. So we'll learn the concepts, we'll watch some videos, and I'll even make some like tours available for you guys if you want to. They're optional, right? Because this course is designed to be online to further like enhance your learning or like your options, right? So we'll see how that goes. But we're still working out we might rewrite this course or the student learning outcomes as we go. I would like to focus more on how to set up a vineyard from the beginning. So we'll spend a lot of time on that, and we will brush up on winemaking, but we offer a winemaking course, that is in the fall, and we do actually make the wine. So I'd prefer just to kind of recommend that to students. So we'll go over the basics though. Yeah. Okay. So officially, our official schedule is Thursdays and Saturdays, right? So Thursdays, there will be a YouTube lecture link available with the lecture slides, and then there'll also be a quiz. So your job would be to go through the presentation, watch the presentation, take notes, and then take the quiz, right? So you do that once a week. And whether you want to do it on Thursday when we're scheduled for class, or if I will post it even earlier, I'll try to post it Monday so it's just available. You can watch it at your convenience, take the quiz. Just make sure you take the quiz before the quiz is due, right? So if our class is scheduled for Thursdays, the quiz will be due the following Thursday, right? So you'll actually have a lot of time to take the quizzes. Okay. At the end of my presentations, I'm sorry, I skipped ahead. So on Saturdays, we're not meeting, and there won't be any activities or there won't be another lecture, but I will try to schedule a couple of field trips here and there, just or I might post a video for you to watch or something, but it won't be anything too crazy. I know you guys are really busy during the summer, and I will be too, of course. But if we do anything in person, it'll be optional, right? Because this class is scheduled for online, so you will not have to come to any of the in-person meetings. And that's something fun, right? Like, we're gonna do a tour at Boger Winery to learn about how wine is made, and you see the equipment and walk through the tanks and all that fun stuff. So it won't be like a classroom setting. Okay. Quizzes and assignments will be on Canvas, just like we mentioned. We also, we do have a recommended textbook for this class, The Grape Grower's Handbook by Ted Goldammer. I do have this linked to Amazon. It is a little pricey, so right now it's on sale. It's $93, $92 and change, right? But you can also, you can't find this textbook on Alibri. I just looked. But you can find a lot of other textbooks on Alibri and at a really, really good price too. So if you have other courses that you're trying to find books for, or if you're just trying to collect some really fun viticulture and enology textbooks, it's a good site to check out. I bought a textbook for $5 there, and I think it was $7.50 with shipping or something. So just a really good deal, and also it's I guess you could argue it's good for the environment, right? Because you're reusing books rather than paying to print more paper, I guess. I don't know. So whatever you like. But yes, if you do purchase this, you will have to purchase this through an online source. I'm not sure if our bookstore has it available. They think they should, but I'll have to look into that for you guys. I will not assign readings from the textbook, but I want you to know all the information I'm teaching you about comes from that textbook, right? I don't just walk around with all this information in my head all the time. I read the textbook, I create a presentation, I reference the textbook, and we get quizzed off the textbook. So if you would like the physical copy to read for yourself, if my slides don't make sense to you, or you're having a hard time, you just want to see the source material, that's it. And it's a really good book. It goes through everything you could possibly want to know, has lots of good pictures and resources as well. So I recommend it. I really do. And we do use it for all the other viticulture courses in this program. So if you're planning on sticking through this program, just get the textbook, right? Okay, grading scale is very average, I guess. So 90% and above is an A, and then we have the corresponding percentages for B through F for the class. For the grading breakdown of the class, you will just get 8 quizzes. So we have 8 weeks. You'll have 1 quiz per week, and they're 20 points each. So it's 160 total points, and that is 100% of your final grade as of now. We might do a short write-up, but it's to be determined, right? Okay, important dates. We have classes starting Monday, June 9th, holiday on Juneteenth, and then a holiday on Friday, July 4th. And then at the end of the semester is Friday, August 1st. And I do have a link to the academic calendar if you'd like to see for your fall classes or any future classes, all that fun stuff. Also, there's important information about when the deadline to drop a class to get a refund, and deadlines to drop a class before you get any notes on your records, right? So definitely pay attention to that. If you have learning accommodations, just please let me know as soon as possible, so that way I can prepare to help you, right? That's just what I like to say. Communication, check Canvas often. So anything will be posted through Canvas. I'll make an announcement. If I send you a direct email, it's very rare. So I'll only send you a direct email if it's like, hey, I noticed you're falling behind. Like, I'm just checking in on you. Is there anything I can do to help you? Do you need access to internet? Yada yada. So I will never ever send you a direct email except for like the beginning of this class stuff, right? Cool. We also have a really cool communication hub called Discord, and it's a free app, and you can also use it on your computer as well, your desktop, and I'll go through that in just a moment here. But we have all of the courses lined out in Discord, so it's like an open chat where you can talk to students and myself, or you can post something cool that you found or an article, like so you can ask questions. You guys can form groups and go out wine tasting together or go to vineyards together. If you have a vineyard, you have a question. A lot of our students have vineyards on their home property, so a lot of you guys might have the same questions and problem solve together, or see what your friend does in their vineyard to manage something. So it's a really cool resource. It's also a resource where I'll post like any internships or jobs that I hear about in the industry. The local wine industry in the Sierra Foothills is really by word of mouth. We're not very good at like posting jobs online. So being a part of that communication, especially if you're looking for work in the area, will be really helpful as well, right? So that's my pitch on Discord. And I have an invite link right here if you guys would like to join. One more thing before we get into that, we have our student code of conduct. So it's just like something that you should be aware of for the expectations for like behavior and how you conduct yourselves in the classroom and on campus, right? So definitely take a moment to read this, right? And just understand that like there are, disciplines for actions, all that wonderful or not wonderful things, right? So I've never had any issues in my classes before. You guys are always amazing, but it's just something that I am required to put in my syllabus, and you're going to just have to agree to before you take this class, right? So you just want to make sure everyone's safe, everyone is upholding themselves in a manner that creates a safe learning environment for everyone around them, right? Okay, hasn't been a problem. Hopefully will never be a problem, right? I mean, knock on wood. Okay, important and helpful links. I have the schedule here. And then also this is just a link to the Canvas sign-on, right? So I'll email this to you if you want to. You can just use this link directly, right? This is the Discord invite I was talking about as well. And then I have my YouTube channel. So all of my lectures are recorded and put onto YouTube. If you go onto my channel, there's playlists. You go to my profile, and each playlist is a different class that I've taught, right? So you get to see all the numerous hairstyles I've had over the years and locations I've lived as I've recorded these videos. And over the years, the audio and the quality has gotten a lot better, but I am redoing some of them as we go. But that is my YouTube channel, so you can just go to that directly if you'd like. Okay, Discord. I said I'd do that first. So here is the invite to Discord. You can just select it, and then I'll pull up a page and say, hey, Professor Claire Kessler has invited you to join our FLC VITI group, right? I already have a Discord, so I'm just going to log into it really quick to show you what it's all about, if I can find it. There we go. Okay, so this is Discord. So if you decide to join the group, this is not a requirement for the class, but something that's just very nice, right? We have this is like a communication group chat thread, and we have like a lot of different sections, right? So here on this side we have information, so welcome and rules, right? Don't post anything inappropriate or hateful, right, or political, please. We have welcome and rules, thanks for coming, announcements. So mostly they're wine related, but we had a student who was trying to rehome her dog, unfortunately, so we made a post to all of our friends to see if anyone was interested. But we do like post like, hey, we have a food and fermentation science program that's developing at Folsom Lake College. It's very related. We did a tour at M.A. Silva to see how corks were produced for wine, so I made a post about that. We have a very interesting post article, so those are just general announcements, right? Then we have a section on wine tasting groups. So these are general. This is a section where you can post for students who are like, I found a really interesting wine. I went traveling, or I really liked this, all these fun things, or this is a fun event that's happening in wine tasting. Here's a cool video where the sommelier paired wines with like fast food, right? So a lot of really fun stuff here. We have a really cool group of students, and this Discord is open to students past, present, and future students of the program, right? So we really have a nice community of people, and I really love how everyone has stayed in touch and how everyone's just been so amazing. Internships and jobs. I am currently in the process of completing my WSET, which is the sommelier certification, right? I just passed level 1. And I think there's like 4 levels, so I have a ways to go. But I'm very busy, so it's going to take me a while. But so I just made a post about like what's the difference between WSET and CMS. So WSET is the Wine and Spirit Education Trust, and CMS is Court of Master Somms. So both sommelier certifications, but different, slightly different purposes, right? So I posted this. Also, we have a couple, so we just post internships and jobs in general. So people looking to get into the wine workforce, this is where we'll post information about that. And then we have information about scholarships for the program, and that's kind of just like general information, right? And then you can also, if you're worried, we don't post a lot in this, but if you're worried about like your phone going crazy with notifications, you can click the, not that, sorry. You can right click something and you can say mute channel, right? Or you can change your settings, notification settings to nothing, right? So it's not a problem. Students are generally really respectful about posting during like decent hours, right? But if you are worried about that, you can go in and you can mute them, especially if you're not interested in internships and jobs or whatever section. You can go in and mute that very easily. Okay, for our text channels, we have our LISA analysis info, and this is free wine analysis that we offer for the local wineries, whether you're a home winemaker or an industrial winemaker. It's free analysis that we do at the college. So we have actually created a whole separate Discord just for that communication. If you would like to join it, let me know. I hope this didn't, this link didn't expire, but if you want to join and get that information, I'd be happy to share that with you. We also have all the courses that we currently offer, except for VITI 300, so we'll do that right now. Voila. There we go. So VITI 300, this is, of course, our class. So if you had a question like, hey, is this class all online? Are we meeting on Thursdays? You could post it here, and your fellow students will help you answer it. Or you could say, hey, I had a really hard time understanding trellising. Does anyone have any good resources or any advice they could give me? Anything? You're welcome to talk and communicate in there. If we were in a classroom setting where we did meet in person, and like say I got a flat tire and I was running 20 minutes late, I would make a quick post in the Discord and say, hey everybody, I'm sorry I'm running 20 minutes late, or something like that. I'd also try to make an announcement on Canvas, but this is just a very easy mode of communication because it's a lot like texting, right? It's very quick, it's very instant. So then we have all of our other courses that we offer, and you can see that the chat stays here over time, right? It just keeps building. With 304 Wine Sensory, right? This was what I posted this in 2024, so hopefully this doesn't confuse anyone. I'm going to delete this. Yeah, we'll just delete this so we don't confuse anyone. Okay, I'll figure that later. Okay, and then we have just general, excuse me, and then off topic. So off topic, this is funny. So students have posted some interesting wine tasting shows and stuff that they really enjoyed. Stanley Tucci and much more, right? So yeah, there's something for everyone in there, right? Which is very fun. So the important thing to take away from this is if you sign up from Discord and you post a message in this thread, everyone can see it. Okay, this is to the whole group. okay? If you are messaging me for a personal reason, which is fine, you're welcome to message me on here or send me an email. You're going to want to go to direct messages, and then you can select me, right? You can find me in here, okay? So just something important for you guys to know. Cool. Okay, so that is Discord. Sorry, that was a lot of information. Yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to our schedule in reading assignments. And these are the same links that are linked on our homepage here. So the exact same links. So it doesn't matter where you select it, right? So hopefully this isn't confusing. I apologize. So our class schedule is right here. So we have 8 weeks, and it's scheduled for Thursdays and Saturdays. Okay. Lecture 1, week 1 will be the cycle of the vine and grape varieties, and this will be in will reflect in chapters 1 and 2 in the Grape Grower's Handbook. Your assigned work, this will just be like quiz 1, right? And it follows along with lecture 1, and it will be due on the 19th. So it's due a week from Thursday. So if Thursday is our scheduled first day of class, it's due the following Thursday, right? But it will be available on Monday. So all that fun stuff. Always I'll try to make it available. If something crazy happens, it might not be available, but I appreciate your guys' patience with me because it takes a lot of time to write these presentations and record them and all that stuff. Okay, so I appreciate everyone's patience, okay? So you will most likely not see anything here on like Saturdays, right? Because it's an online class. If we do something on Saturday, or if we do something on Saturday, it'll be optional, right? We did talk about that. Cool. If for whatever reason I just go completely crazy and require textbook readings from you guys, I will provide the chapters. I will scan the textbook and I'll provide the content to read, but otherwise you could buy the textbook and read from it. I don't think I'm going to do that, but if I do, I'll make sure to provide it for you. Okay, so yeah, so this is hopefully this makes sense to you guys, right? So Thursday, online, lecture 1, the textbook reading, the assigned work, and then the due date, right? Okay, lovely. And this is subject to change, right? And then we're put in a really weird position because our class is scheduled for Thursday, but Thursday the 19th is Juneteenth, which is a holiday. And also, like, it's a holiday weekend, or most people treat it like a holiday weekend, right? So there will be no class that week. So that'll be a big break for us. So I'm not sure how to handle that. So we're just going to take that off. So, yes. So just keep looking at the schedule. Please don't like print it out and just reference that printout. It's because it's a new course, it's going to evolve and change, right? So just reference it weekly. Just check it out and see what's going on. And that'll be very helpful. Cool. Okay, and then we have my YouTube channel, right? La-di-da. There I am. So the easiest thing that you could do to like navigate this is to go straight to playlists, right? And I haven't created the video yet. This is hilarious. But if you go to playlists, you'll see there'll be like a section for VITI 300, right? So this is VITI 306, VITI 301, VITI 303, right? We'll just select on VITI 303. My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Wow, that was really loud. Sorry. Ads are ridiculous. So what you'll do is once we get through this silly ad, you'll see that the playlist has multiple videos, right? And I did put them in chronological order from 1 to, 12 of what's going on in that class. So I'm just going to skip this ad, right? Okay, so it would be just like this, right? Where the first video I upload will actually be this video. It's welcome to the class, right? There'll be a whole playlist just for that. So if that's easier for you, you're welcome to just navigate that way as well. Okay, and then last but not least, we'll just talk about the anonymous class surveys. If you just select on this, it'll just bring up a Google form. I really have no idea who you are when you do this. It is truly anonymous. If you select the course that you're in, it is a little more helpful for me because I know what what course specifically might need adjustments, right? If you prefer not to say because you are really worried for whatever reason, that's okay. You are allowed to say that. But that information is way more helpful when I do know what class we're talking about. And there won't be any like ramifications. I'm not gonna go in and destroy your grade, right? Like, it's completely up to you what you'd like to say. And I handle criticism really well, right? So I genuinely want to improve. So I welcome any type of feedback, right? So just the kind of questions that you'd see: what are your thoughts on the class? What's challenging for you? What can I do to help you succeed? Or any additional comments, right? So clearly up for you guys, and like I said, completely anonymous. Okay, is that everything? I think that's everything. That was a lot. I apologize. Not everything, excuse me. So what I would like you to do after watching this video is take the syllabus quiz. So it's very easy. It's 3 yes or no questions. I just need you to acknowledge that you like watched this video, you read the syllabus, that you're going to practice academic integrity, and that you're going to abide by the student code of conduct, right? So just very easy things. It's just yes or no questions. Take the syllabus quiz. It's due Friday. This will be like the one oddball thing, right? And then after that, I'll post lecture 1 as well. So yes, thank you for watching. Very excited to have you guys this semester in class, and yeah, like I just think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So looking forward to maybe seeing some of you in person, maybe not. Like I said, the class is online, but looking forward to having you guys nonetheless. All right, thank you.